Namaste to all. Hope you are getting my screen. Jai Ramakrishna. Hope you are able to see my screen.
Yes, Sam.
Om Stapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmaswarupine avatar varishtaya Ramakrishnaaya te namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo namaha. Harihi Om. Namaste to all. Today is a very auspicious day and very significant day in the history of Sri Ramakrishna order, a day which is God has showered His grace on all, the day where we all have to think of the God. In English, British people, when they want to start a new year, it is just for merrymaking or for just for entertainment or for enjoyment of day. But whereas in the Sanatana Dharma, the day was a turning point in the history to remember the Lord forever and to think of our future and to be always with God. With these few words, we'll start today's Kalpataru. Kalpataru, what is Kalpataru? This word we use in Ramakrishna Mission everywhere. Today, January 1st, yes, it is Kalpataru Day. But what it means? Kalpa means actually there are two meaning. One is it's a duration, like Kalpa means even in the festival time, in the calendar we say Muhurtam, Tithi, all. So Kalpa means it's a particular period. But literally speaking, Kalpa means a wish or a desire or a intention, longing for it. Yes, I want to achieve, I want to get. If you ask any children, they say, no, I want chocolate. If you ask some senior people, means youngsters, they say, no, I want to become an IAS officer, IPS officer, I want to achieve this. Similarly, for any spiritual seekers, yes, I want to get God, I want to be with God, I want to be a God. This is known as an intention of having longing for God is known as also kalpa. Taru means it is tree. So, a desire fulfilling tree, in general, we say a wish fulfilled tree is Kalpataru. But actually speaking, literally, for our understanding, we made it, but it has a lot of significance. In the essence, Kalpataru is a divine or a celestial tree that grants all our righteous wishes. That is very important. We should ask which is worth and reserved for us. It should be a dharmika icha, desire, not beyond us. For example, I should not long or ask for, no, I should become a crowpati overnight. That is foolishness. What we really can able to achieve, that we can ask. A symbological sense, a divine grace, or a fulfillment which is meant for spirituality. In a mythological history, there are so many things about this Kalpataru in the Puranas. Especially if you see, I will come to that portion also. In Vedas, nowhere this Kalpataru is mentioned. It is because of one divine treasure. It is a Ratna or a tree which is in Swarga or the Indra's Loka. Like other things, when the Samudra Mathana was taken place, you all know Palali Mathanam, Shira Sagara Mathanam. There, Kamadhenu Kalpada Vriksham, Chintamani, so many other things have come. And one among them is Kalpataru. So often people get confusion with Kalpataru and Kamadhenu and Chintamani, because Kalpataru is a wish fulfilled thing, and Kamadhenu, whatever you ask, that will give. And Chintamani is also in the Bhagavatam or in Vishnu Puranam also it is there. Krishna has gone for Samantakamani, for Jambavati, and this is often misunderstood by the people. So to make clear, this Kamadhenu is a cow which is actually daughter of Nandini, and this actually can fulfill only eatable items, because Kamadhenu can able to give full means all cow means belonging things like milk, curd, or other means ghee and other things. Chintamani is actually a stone which also give all the thing. It is for everybody, but Kalpataru is not meant for everybody. It is only for spiritual desire fulfilling free, is known as Kalpataru. Next, this Kalpataru is mentioned in many places, as you have seen in the Samudra Mathanam. I have mentioned in Bhagavata Mahapuranam, this Kalpataru, celestial tree, is in the court of Indra, which is meant for divine enjoyment. Divine enjoyment, please note that one. And it is a fulfillment tree, which is only meant for religious point of view. According to Vishnu Puranam, this Kalpataru is one of the divine treasure which is found or got through Samudra Mathanam, and it is in the Swarga. Padma Purana mention about Kalpataru, which is in heaven, and wish fulfilled tree. See, if you see in this tree, there is a small inner current, but Bhagavatam mentioned it is a celestial tree, whereas Vishnu Purana mentioned it is a divine treasure, and whereas in the Padma Purana it is wish fulfilled tree. So in Mahabharatam, in the Adi Parva and the Sabha Parva, it is mentioned about what is meant by Kalpataru and how it is there. It is highly meant for spiritual liberation, according to Mahabharata. According to Skanda Puranam, Kalpataru is a celestial dream. It's a symbological thing which is meant for our karma. Actually, we have a karma action. Good action if you do, you will get a good thing. Bad action if you do, then we will get some bad karma. So, this is actually not a wish fulfilled tree, whereas it is actually one of the tree which gives result according to our karma. Of course, it is in the Swargaloka or Indraloka, Indrapatanam, which is everybody has accepted. But in the higher philosophical thing, Kalpataru is not only a desire fulfilling tree, it is also a moksha. It's a liberation tree which is meant for spiritual Brahma Jnana. Means, for example, if you want to get Jivan Mukti or Videha Mukti or Krama Mukti, though it look like a simple thing, it has each word I uttered: Jivan Mukti, Videha Mukti and Krama Mukti. All the three are different. Jivan Mukti means when we are living itself, we will be very happy. Without anything, we will be with the God consciousness oriented life. That is Jivan Mukti. Of course, we are all in the same thing, because every day we have satsanga and bhajan and parayanam, all those things. So we are always in the spiritual realm. Second one is Videha Mukti. Videha. After the end of this body, after giving up this body, we will go to either Shiva Loka or Parvati Loka, Sri Loka or Ramakrishna Loka, whatever Loka. There we will get this Mukti. So that is Videha Mukti. And the third one is Krama Mukti, which is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita also, Bhagavatam also, and of course in few Puranas and Vedas. That is, we will go to the particular God, from there we will get Mukti. But in all the three things, this Kalpataru is mentioned. For example, in Srividya Upasana, Kalpataru is there. In the Vaishnava Puranas or Vaishnava Sampradaya, Kalpataru is there. Even if you go to Tirupati, there is actually one day, a 10 days Utsava will be there, and one day Kalpataru Utsava will be there. So God will be sitting on the tree, then he will be circumambulated, means he will be coming in the procession. So similarly, even in Kamakshi temple, in Kamakshi there is the Kalpaka Vriksha Utsava is there. Similarly, if you go to any other Saiva temple, Kalpaka Vriksha is there. Under the mango tree, Lord will be awakened and invoked, and they will do some Parayana according to Saivism also. So why I want to mention all those things, this Kalpataru terminology is not a new one. And another one is, it has a very beautiful significance even in the Puranas and in the Agama Shastra, in the religious of Sanatana Dharma it is mentioned. Of course, it is not directly mentioned in as Kalpataru, but the term means more or less it is used. In Bhagavad Gita, Kalpataru the word is not used, but whereas a tree which is in Ulta, means the branches are below and the roots are above, is mentioned. As you all know, in the 15th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, first sloka, Urdhva Moolam Atashakaha Yesho Ashwattam Prahuravyayam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Vedasa Vedavith Urdhva Moolam Atashakaha. Moolam Urdhvaha. Urdhvaha means upward. The roots are upward. Atashakaha. Ataha means adaha means below. Shaka means branches. So symbologically it is mentioned the God is deep rooted as upward in the upper lokas, and our samsara life means our day-to-day lives are in the below roka, but whereas we have to go from the below to above. That is what the symbological thing, which is philosophically it is explained as Brahmaloka or Ashwatha tree, where and in Gita Press also you can see it is mentioned as the tree is in upward and downward directions, all things. But it has one significant, it is one particular word is used, Yesho Ashwatha Sanatanaha. It is eternal thing. This tree which is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita is eternal one. Shashwataha, the word is mentioned. Of course, in the Kathopanishad, second adhyaya, Tritiya Valli, Pratama Slokaha, that is second chapter, third section, first sloka, more or less same sloka comes. Urdhva Moolo Avakshakaha Esho Ashwatta Sanatanaha Tadeva Shukram Tadbrahmam Tadevamrata Muchate. That word comes. Which is here also we have to pinpoint the trees, roots are upward and the branches are downward, and it is Sanatanaha. Sanatana means it is eternal. Chirantaram eva Sanatanam iti vatanti. So, which is eternal. The tree is eternal because our consciousness and the Brahman, the Ishvara is always there. But whereas our lives are day by day going downwards. So this has to be uprooted and it has to be incalculated properly. So the Veda says, Tadeva Shukram Tad Brahmam Tadevamrita Amrita Muchate. It is the eternal. Amrita means Namriyate iti Amritaha. If you take this spirituality, you will not die. So there is a mention about Urdhva Moolam, means a tree. It is not mentioned what type of tree. Ashwatha means, many people say no, Ashwatha, the word is there. So it is banyan tree or the purple tree, say. Actually speaking, Ashwatha, if you see the Shankara Bhashyam, na shvaha, it is not tomorrow. Every day it is there. So it is Ashwatha. That is how the Bhashyam is mentioned in Shankara also. So the eternal tree which is ever existing, the eternal Brahman which is ever existing, so to say, to understand the eternal God, where in our life from morning to dawn, all the moment, every second in our life, this God is existing. And that if you understand, that is the easiest way to get liberation, to become immortal. So here we have seen just Kathopanishad as well as Bhagavad Gita and what the Puranas are mentioned. Now, with this background, if you understand, there is something is hidden in this thing, which is a tree. A tree is symbologically explained as our life. So, why we want to celebrate this Kalpataru? Our life, even in Mundaka Upanishad, there is a beautiful sloka. Of course, here I have not mentioned. Dva Suparna Sayuja Sakaya Samana Briksham Parisasva Jati. Two birds are sitting on a branch of the tree, and the tree is eternal, and that one bird is nourishing the fruit day by day, and it is just becoming, growing and decaying. But whereas the another one bird, which is not eating anything, but it is eternally living in that same branch. So there also the Veda is something is hiding, some message is hidden there. And what it means, our life itself is a tree. You see, in a tree, the bijam, the seed may grow, may get sprouted, a new tree will come, and again that tree will grow and it will die. But the bijatvam, the root or the seed, power of the seed is as it is. What we have seen, the banyan tree or the purple tree or any tree for that matter, mango or anything for that matter, it is always ever eternal. It is always the potentiality of the tree is coming, so means from one lineage to another. Similarly, the Sanatana Dharmam, which is ever eternal from our Apupan to Apupan to Apupan, from our grandfather and forefathers, they have handed over this Sanatana Dharma to our fathers and to us and to our future generation. We are handing over without any means mentioning that this is what mean. That is our eternal values. Of course, the societies are changing, but the values are remaining, always eternal. It never change, remaining as it is. For example, Satyam Vada, Dharmam Chara, Swadhyaya na Pramadaneva, Acharya Mahritya Upatesham Kuru, Matrudevo Bhava, Pitrudevo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava. These things, respect your father, respect your mother, respect your teacher, respect your guest, and speak the truth. Always follow the virtue. These things, of course, in our life, we have, nobody has taught these things, but whereas it is ever eternal, ever always there. With this, the one point is the entire human life is like a tree, and in this tree we have to find out where we are, whether we are following or whether we are upward or whether we are downward. So here comes one crucial thing. Why in Ramakrishna order we want to celebrate this Kalpataru day? Of course, you all know the background is very simple, but it has beautiful significant also. I will mention first what is the background, then we will go to the significance with the things what we have seen in the Vedas and the Puranas and the Idihasas. So on December 29, 30 and 31st, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, when he was in Dakshineshwar, he becoming day by day deteriorating. His health was slowly going down. So it was Dr. Sanyatsan, who was a doctor. One doctor was there. He came and he told, no, he got cancer. throat cancer. So he has to be in a secure place where no public is allowed, because you just imagine that was actually a British time, 1885, and during that time many people come to know about Sri Ramakrishna's divine play, and many people have come to know that he is speaking with Kali, he is always with ecstasy, and he has got lot of power, spiritual powers. So many people, they want to see Sri Ramakrishna on these days. But December 29, 30 and 31st, he was in Kashipur. He actually, due to his health reason, he was brought to Kashipur. There actually a garden was there, and with one house. The house is having two floors. The upper floor means the first floor is actually one bedroom, and the ground floor is actually one kitchen and one toilet and one staircase. This three only is there. Even now it is existing as it is. I have shared this in my WhatsApp also. Those who are not gone, you can see. Today our revered President Maharaj went and he done japa there, and many sadhus also, they went, and lakhs and lakhs people today they went and received the blessings of Sri Ramakrishna there. So with this background, 3 days Sri Ramakrishna was not talking to anybody, and he was bedridden, and continuously he was under the monitoring, means he was monitored by, means taking care by the direct disciples. Those time they have not taken sannyasa, so it is Narendranath, that is Swami Vivekananda and Shashi Maharaj, Swami Ramakrishna Nandaji, Akhandanandaji, then Subodh Maharaj, Niranjanananda Maharaj, all those people, they were taking care of Sri Ramakrishna. And below, Sharada Ma was cooking for them and taking care of their food and day-to-day affairs, whereas Sri Ramakrishna was taking rest, and the devote means the monastic disciples. Those time they, of course, they have not taken. So, but they were always with spiritual practice, as well as they are taking care of their Guru Seva. So, on this background, means in this background, on January 1st, it was actually from the British life, for every this one January means first year of first day, they want to celebrate. Actually, they will go to church, or they exchange their greetings from one house to another, or they go for any retreat and other things. But whereas in the history of mankind, for the first time another miracle happened. This is not the first time, actually speaking, even for any avatars for that matter. You can see in Rama life, Sri Ramachandra Prabhu, when before Sri Rama departing from Ayodhya to Vaikunta, he called all the people and told that whoever want whatever things I will give you, give. Then everybody asked moksha and other things. Sri Rama gave everything. Similarly, Sri Krishna, he asked what people want, let me know so that I can give whatever possible. In Swargaropana Parva, Sri Krishna also given, and final one is Uddhava. That is how that Uddhava Gita also came, because Uddhava asked for moksha, and moksha dharma shastram was given by Sri Krishna under a tree. Here, Sri Ramakrishna want to play a divine drama on that day. So to say, just for your understanding, I use the word drama, because for us it is life. For divine people, avatars, it is just like a drama. Thiruvilayadal, they call it in Tamil. So, Sri Ramakrishna, he was sleeping after the food. January 1st, it was after the noon meal. Generally, Bengali peoples, they take a short nap. So, Sri Ramakrishna, of course, his health is not good. So, he was taking nap. Around 2:30 to 2:45, He just woke up, he saw nobody was there because whole night they were serving, means the monastic disciples, they were serving Sri Ramakrishna, so they were literally tired. So they were just few people, they were doing japa, dhyana, and other people, they were looking after their own personal things or washing cloth and other things. So, and Sri Ramakrishna was alone. So he just woke up. He came from the first floor below alone by using the staircase. And when he came below, he saw Shardamma also in a meditative mode. So mother also not observed that Sri Ramakrishna is coming down. Then Sri Ramakrishna just came out and he saw in front of the building so many publics were gathered. Then he saw his own devotees, many were gathered. He don't know, he is not aware of that today is January 1st like that all. So he just walked. He came below and he just walking for few steps. Then he met Girish Chandra Ghosh and doctors and homeopathy, one doctor was there. Then other, that cook, Bandari, and other people and lame disciples, they were surrounded. And when they saw Sri Ramakrishna, after 3 days, when they want to meet the holy person, 3 days they waited, as Nachiketa waited in the Yama's Tisro Ratri. Similarly here, 3 days after waiting, when Sri Ramakrishna came, because avatarati iti avataraha, here also the avatara came from the first floor to ground floor to bless these people. So he just came down and many people gathered and they saw Sri Ramakrishna. They just went and made pranam, namaskaram, and everybody were asking Thakur. They ask in Bengal. Generally they address as Thakur, means literally a spiritual person. Thakur, apnir bala ache to? Some people were asking, Thakur, ami ki karbo? Means some people got the news that he got throat cancer. So everybody was inquiring, how are you, Swami? How are you? How is your health? We got some news. Is it true? Like that, they were just inquiring. Then meanwhile, Sri Ramakrishna noticed that Girish Chandra Ghosh also there is an actor and dramatist, and he was just chit-chatting with other people. Then Sri Ramakrishna asked, hey Shala, ekhane ashun, means, hey rascal, Girish, come here. Then immediately Girish went and he kneeled down in front of the God. So because Girish knows who is Sri Ramakrishna, then he asked, Swami, Thakur bolun, please tell me what you want. Then he told, hey, apni ki korche? What are you doing? You are telling to other people that I am avatara? Was it correct? Then Girish Chandra Ghosh smilingly he told, what Vyasa not able to understand about Sri Krishna, and he has composed more than 1 lakh slokas in the Mahabharatam, but he not able to describe who is Sri Krishna. What Valmiki Maharishi not able to understand about Sri Ramachandra Prabhu, in his 24,000 verses of Ramayanam, he not able to explain anything about what Sri Ramakrishna what Sri Ramachandra is really mean. How can this poor Girish can able to understand? This was his entire summary of his small sentence. What Vyasa and Valmiki not able to understand, how this poor Girish can able to understand? This was his answer. Immediately Sri Ramakrishna went into the high spiritual conscious. He went into samadhi by standing under the mango tree. Even now, if you go to Kashipur, just at the entrance, in between the building and in between the on the another side, the road was there. There is a mango tree. Even now, it is existing. Under the tree, mango tree, he stood in samadhi and he became deeply inner transformation took place. So this was understood by Girish Chandra Ghosh, And immediately he asked, Thakur, apni bless, means you please bless me. Oh my Lord, please bless me. Then with a beautiful transformation, Sri Ramakrishna touched him and he got an inner awakening and he touched everybody. There one biggest miracle happened. Some people, they asked Swami Thakur, I want to see my Ishta Devata. Few people saw and they have explained. Few people got their Ishta Devata like Rama, Krishna, Shiva, Vishnu, Kali. Many people they got their vision. And few people they asked for some other thing. Jnana, Bhakti, Vairagya. They all got few things. And finally, everybody was touched by Sri Ramakrishna and all their consciousness were awakened. And few people started dancing. They don't know what to do. They lost their consciousness. Some people like a monkey, they were jumping. Some people started singing. Some people started rolling on the ground. Some people started crying. And some people are in meditative mood. And just notice, with all those things, the direct disciples are seeing from the room what is going on there. Some people were dancing, some people were rolling, some people were crying, some people are meditative mood. What is going on there? And another side, Sharadamma also witnessed these things. So everybody gathered there. And this was the day on 1st January 1886 at Kashipur Garden. Many people, those who are surrounded by Sri Ramakrishna, all they got this spiritual awakening under this mango tree. And even now, this spirituality, the current of this spirituality is ever and ever and ever existing. And that is how this Kalpataru day we all say, because Swami Vivekananda described seeing from a long distance, he told Sri Ramakrishna as the living Kalpataru. Hence, the Kalpataru day is celebrated every year on 1st January by the devotees worldwide. So, the important significance is we have to awake our inner spirituality. It is not just taking some resolution. Many people know, even the students, many people, they told, Swamiji, January 1st is coming, I will take some resolution, I will get up morning 5 o'clock and I will go for gym and I will not tell lie and I will means respect my parents. Then after 2-3 days, if you ask no, they say, Swamiji, what to do? I am not able to follow. So I have just gone. Next year is there, no, but it is not like that kind of resolution we have to take. The real resolution is this is our life and this is for our own inner transformation from the Deghavimanam, from the body mind consciousness. We have to get the spiritual consciousness, and this is that particular day. And this day is, we should not ask for worldly things. Of course, many people, dharma, artha is required. It's required. I am not denying. We should ask for dharma, but it should be in a dharmika manner. Yes, it should be at a dharmika manner. Oh my God, I want good health. Oh my God, I want good wealth. Oh my God, let my parents, my children's, my kith and kins, my body or health should be always nourished. As the Veda says, Badram karne vishrunuyama devaha, Badram pashye makshabir yajatraha, stirairangais tushtuvagum sastanobihi. Let all my limbs should be good in condition, so that why we required limbs? Let my ear should hear all the good things. Badram karne vishrunuyama deva. And let my eye should see all the good things. I should not see any more bad things in my life. Badram pashye makshabir yajatraha, stirairangais tushtuvagum sastanobihi. Let all my limbs, hand, pani, padam, my hand, feet, everything should nourish all the good things, because the world is covered by Ishvara. Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Hrideshe Arjuna Tishtati, as mentioned by Lord Krishna in his Bhagavad Gita. Similarly, God is there in everything, but of course, Maya also there. Maya tu Prakritim Viddhim, Mayinam tu Mageshwaram. And this is the day we have to remember the God with all those Maya, let it be at one side, but we have to awake our inner spirituality. As Swami Vivekananda said, everybody by birth we are animal. Janmana jayate jantuho, as the Subhashitam also says. But it is from the transformation we have to take from animal to man, from the man to God, and God, we have to be a God. So this is what the spirituality, and this is what the significance of this particular day. It is not just for a day to celebrate, but this is a day of a transformation which we have to awake from our inner consciousness, from our subtleness, that we are not seeing just a word or a monitor or a screen in a cell phone or a thing, but we are getting a message from the God that we have to get an inner transformation. As Sri Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita, Urdhvamulam Ata Shakam, as mentioned by the Veda, here Sri Ramakrishna has established once again the Sanatana Dharmam in the day of Kalpataru with his direct disciples and all the household disciples, wherever it may, whenever you are, wherever you are, you think of the God and awake your consciousness and be with that consciousness. That is what Sri Ramakrishna really literally meant. Tumar Chaitanya Obhe means you all let all be awake your inner consciousness. What it means that we have to awake our consciousness, see the God in everything, as Ishavasya Upanishad says, Ishavasya Midag Sarvam Yatkincha Jagatyam Jagat. If you're not able to understand, very simple, which you are chanting every day, Vishnu Sahasranamam. What is the first sloka? Vishvam Vishnur Vashatkarah Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu. The God who is in all the three times, past tense, present tense, and of course in the future tense, and where he is, Ishavasya Midag Sarvam, Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hrideshe Arjuna Tishtati, as mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu Sahasranama says, Vishvam Vishnur Vashatkaraga, Vishvam Vyapakatvat Vishnuhu, that Vishnu, one who is pervaded everywhere, is always within us. And here, Sri Ramakrishna has enacted this in a beautiful day called Kalpataru, that God is always with you, and your Sanatana Dharma, ever eternity, the eternal principle is in your life, and that has to be awakened with the consciousness called God-oriented life. From morning when we get up, we have to chant Karakre Vashate Lakshmi Karamadhye Saraswati Karamule Shri Govinda Prabhateva Karadakshanam. Similarly, when we touch our feet on the earth, Mulato means Mahalakshmi Stotram is there. So we have to touch Prithvi Tvaya Dhrita Devi Tvam Vishwana Dhrita Tvam Cha Dharayamam Nitram. Like that we have to chant. When we taking snanam, when we take bath, Gange cha Yamune chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmade Sindhu Kaveri Jilismin Sannitim Kuru. When we are wearing vastram, Vasamsi Jiranani Yatha Vigaya Navani Grannani Naroparani Tata Sharirani Vigaya Jirana Nanyani Sanyami Navani Dehi. When we are wearing Tripunda or Basma, when we are wearing any mark in our forehead, immediately we should chant Achyutaya Namaga, Anantaya Namaga, Govindaya Namaga. What it means? God is there. God is there. From the day to night, we have God consciousness. That is why even for eating, we have God consciousness. Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavir, Brahmagno, Brahmanahutam. So this Sanatana Dharmam, which is always with us in a life called humanity, and this has to be awakened with a God-oriented life. So this was symbologically explained by Sri Ramakrishna on the day called Kalpataru. So Kalpataru day is not just for a desire fulfilling or for just to come to ashrama. Yes, of course, we do japa, dhyanam. On that day, all our things, even brahmacharis, sannyasis, all we do japa, dhyanam. Once I asked when I was in Belumat as a brahmachari, I asked Swamiji, on that day no monastic disciples were there. So I asked this question to one of my senior Swami. Swamiji, why we want to meditate? Then that Swami beautifully told, we have to meditate for others. At least one day, let we all meditate. Of course, daily we are doing. One day, we have to meditate because as Gita says, Yadyat acharati shreshtaha tatadevo itaro janaha. If we people not meditating, then people will say, see, Swamis, Brahmacharis, they themselves not doing, then what to talk of us? We will not do. So we have to do. Then I started, even Swami Swamananda Maharaj, Revered Swamananda Maharaj, Revered Gautamananda Maharaj. Today you have seen, I have shared those pictures. Being the president of our organization, he sat in the Kashipur in front of Sri Ramakrishna's cart and he sat like a child with folded leg, started doing japa at the age of 98 plus. What it shows? Yadyat acharati shreshtaha tatadevo itaro janaha. Because when the wise people followed, then the all people, others also will follow and they will also go to that same path and they will also attain the same spirituality. And this is what the day we have to think of Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother and Swamiji, and of course we have to awake our spiritual consciousness with a spirituality oriented life. And this is what the significance of Kalpataru. With all those things, I pray to Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother and Swamiji to give a long living life with health and wealth, with full of prosperity to you and to your family members, to your kith and kin, and always pray to God and try to understand the ever existence of God in our life and feel the presence of God. That is sufficient. We will be a spiritual giant, not now, always. We are ever always spiritual giant because God is always with us. This is the biggest value, treasure what we have in a real thing, because all the wealth will go, all the relatives will go, but the real God will not go anywhere because He is always there. He is the Antaryami. In Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, there is the Antaryami Brahmanam. And where is the God? God is always with you and you are that God. If you understand, then our life will be Nandati, Nandati, Nandatyeva. We are ever happy and happy and happy. Our life will be Jivan Muktaha. Jivan Muktaha. So I pray to the Almighty and Sri Ramakrishna to bless all our devotees and their families. Jai Sri Ramakrishna. Om Niranjanam Nityam Anantarupam Bhaktanukamba Tritavigraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamidhyam Tam Ramakrishnam Sirasar Namami. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tatsat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.